Hello. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a great turkey week, Thanksgiving and all that. Unfortunately, uh, we've all heard the news. All the metal fans have heard the news. Jeff Becerra from Possessed, of course, for those of you fools who do not know. Jeff Becerra, it's been confirmed. And I mean, we kind of knew that he was like a horny creep anyway, because like half the shit he posts is like him like signing girls' titties, reaching up from his, wheelchair and shit like that. But some texts have been leaked, and it appears that Jeff Becerra is a coomer. Now, for those who don't know, a coomer, it's what's that word? Portmanteau or some shit, something like portmanteau, something like that, where it's like you take two words and then you make it a new word. Well, it's a combination of boomer and obviously Jeff is actually Gen X, but culturally, basically anyone born before like 1990 is called a boomer. And so a coomer is a boomer that likes coming. That's where the coom part comes into play. Like, cum is cum, and then you take boomer, and then, it's coomer, someone who they're horny all the time, they're cranking it, they're pulling their pork, choking the chicken, pounding their pud, so on and so forth, beating their meat. And now, obviously, I don't think Jeff can actually do any of that stuff in his wheelchair, not to be mean, but he would if he could. He's got some urges he needs to take care of, I guess. And look, we all love Possess. Everyone loves Seven Churches. I've actually met Jeff Becerra, and as crazy as it sounds, I think he was the only guy in the building who was more fucked up than me. For some reason, the bartender sold me like 10 Miller High Lifes that night. And not that I'm blaming her, but she really should have cut me off. But someone also should have cut Jeff off as well. He was pretty fucked up. Nice guy from what little I remember. But, well, he was nice to me because I'm a fucking, 29-year-old man. And he don't want to see my titties, and he doesn't want to, as Jeff puts it, make Mexican babies with me. A, because I'm white, so they wouldn't be Mexican babies. But B, also because I'm not a 16-year-old Mexican girl. That's right. Jeff has been texting, creeping on the young ladies. Young enough to actually be kids, and it's one thing if you're I mean, he comes from the era where a lot of old dudes like think that that 16, 17-year-old age range is hot, but like even if you do, you're not really supposed to say it, and you definitely are not supposed to put that shit out there in fucking cyberspace, because Jeff fell victim to that Chris D'Elia mistake, that shitty comedian who got outed for trying to fuck like 14-year-old fans and shit like that. Well, Jeff fell prey to the same uh, older person delusion. They think that shit just disappears, But the thing is, man, when you say shit on the internet, especially if you're texting anybody, but especially texting chicks, man, like that shit ain't going away, dude. Everything you send is going to be screenshotted, sent to a group chat, and then they're going to send it to their girlfriends. It's all going to go around. So Jeff broke one of the cardinal rules of the internet. And, I've made fun of David Ellison for the same thing. David Ellison, he's not in a wheelchair, so he was able to jack off on camera with teenage girls. And now, I've joked around about stuff like this before because it's really not cool to be a creep. It's really not even that funny to be a creep, but I guess I can see the absurdity of these rather pathetic situations with these people who are rather middling rock stars in the grand scheme of things, no matter how important they may be in the world of metal. I mean, it's not like fucking like really big names that people would know like out and about on the street, man. But you know, but like in the past, man, like I've posted about this shit with David Ellison, and I always get a few people in the comments who are vehement defenders of like the right to fuck 16 and 17-year olds and shit. And I had this one guy in one of these David Ellison videos, man. This motherfucker knew the goddamn age of consent in every fucking state, man. I was like, God damn, you've really done your research on being a fucking creep. You know, no offense to that guy. I mean, I hope he still watches my videos. A view is a view. I don't give a shit if BTK is watching my videos. Fucking R. Kelly, he can watch them if he wants. View's a view, and feel free to comment and argue with me. But yeah, man, Jeff, not a good look. Not a good look. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not one of these pussies who's gonna be like, oh, I don't like Possessed anymore. I've never liked Possessed. You see that every time someone gets in trouble, like a musician gets in trouble, and there's always like like a few Facebook fuckers who are like, actually, Possessed was not I literally saw that. Like, there's some post going around that some dickhead was like, Possessed isn't that influential, and I'm like, dude, you sound stupid. Like, and you're 14 or 15, and you're like, actually, no one ever liked that. I saw this happen like back when you guys remember when like everyone started to suddenly freak out about Burzum's YouTube channel? It was like overnight the whole like metal teenage world found out about Varg, or they started caring about Varg. I mean, when I first got into metal, like nobody was really like offended by Varg. He was just a guy. And then he made that YouTube channel, and then sometime around like 2015, you started seeing like the same people who are into like Deaf Heaven, that Alcest band, fucking the liturgy with the not the brutal death liturgy, but the like shoegaze black metal indie rock uh liturgy. Like the people who are into that shit were like, Varg has a sketchy YouTube channel, and actually no one has ever liked Birds. Like I see that all the time. Like Birdsum's actually not influential. It's stupid as fuck, dude. It's like these are the same fuckers who will tell you with a straight face that no band is influenced by the Beatles because John Lennon smacked his fucking wife. It's dumb. It's really dumb. But yeah, either way, man, like even though those comments are annoying, I mean, this is the world we live in. You can't be Snapchatting 16-year-old girls if you're a fucking alcoholic death metal wheelchair guy. Even if you're not in a wheelchair and you're not an alcoholic, I mean, if you're a public figure, you can't be fucking around like this, man. So keep your shit to yourself, or I hate to sound like young people today, I guess, but really, I mean, get some therapy, dude. I mean, like, I don't know, dude. I mean, to me, and look, I'm not trying to quote unquote virtue signal, but look, I'm fucking 29, and like, something's in the milk nowadays. Like, they're putting something in the food, because when I see like 16, 17, even some 18, 19-year-old girls nowadays, man, they look like fucking babies, dude. They look like underdeveloped. Like, I think it's because like each generation is kind of like takes longer to grow up. It's like there's a refusal to grow up. So it's like, 30 is the new 24, 18 is the new 12. And like, I don't know. I mean, I refuse to believe it's just because I'm getting old. Because like, I ain't as old as fucking Jeff, man. But just like, I don't know, man. Like, I used to work at a fucking head shop, dude, and I would get these, like, I could spot them right away. I'd be like, dude, you're not old enough. Like, get out. Hey, you can, do that flirty, cleavage lean thing all you want, man. It don't work on me because, you look 13, and, even if you're like 17 or 18, like, you still can't buy, uh, CBD gummies or whatever the fuck shit you're, wanting out of the store, man. But, yeah, crazy, crazy stuff with Jeff, man. I was, wanting to get y'all's thoughts on that, not that it really matters. I mean, I'm always gonna like Seven Churches, man, and like, really, dude, if you look at fucking Jeff's social media, he's one of the horniest guys in music, dude. He was not exactly hiding things. I mean, you got your Dan Schneider type, uh, Quentin Tarantino type people as well who will insert their fetishes, and they try to be sly about it, but they're also kind of flaunting it. Jeff lacks the subtlety. That motherfucker will just be posting just straight up titties like 4 in the morning. because you know I don't know. I'm assuming he's fucked up on pills all day, drinking all day, all night. Uh, and I can't say I blame him for that. You know, he is in a wheelchair, and that probably. I mean, it's gotta fucking suck, you know. But I'm not defending, you know, him being a creep because look, you know, if I'm gonna make fun of David Ellefson, who is, in my opinion, much lamer than Jeff Becerra, you know, I got to keep some consistency here. So, you know, Jeff, man, quit getting fucked up and joining, you know, Facebook, Snapchat group chats with, you know, teenage girls. Uh, at least flirt with a someone who can buy your alcohol, like someone who can physically drive a car, go to a store, buy alcohol for you to drink. You know, have all the fun you want. You know, but man, Jeff, bad look, dude. He's a coomer. He's a coomer. Now, if you made it this far in the video, you know that is a boomer who's obsessed with coming, and that's Jeff, man. Godfather of death metal. Crazy, man. Let me know in the comments and have a great